What's going on, all you fantastic people? I'm Matt.
And I'm Vanessa.
And today we're going to be counting down the top 10 best films of 2018. If you saw our video that we posted from last week, it was our top 10 most disappointing films. So now we're going to be taking a look at the best films. And as we said in that video, we didn't see every film this year, which actually makes that a little bit worse for this video, this list. Because there were some films that we wanted to see that we didn't get around to seeing, such as A Star is Born,
The Mule,
Green Book,
Mary Poppins Returns,
The Favorite.
Yeah, Fantastic Beasts. Although, maybe it's a good thing we didn't see that one.
Yeah, that one probably would have ended up on last week's
list.
video. Yeah. So there were some films that we didn't get around to seeing, which might have made our list. For me personally, I'm not gonna lie, my list feels a little bit shaky. This was kind of an up and down year for films. So my top 10 best films may not necessarily be the best, but look, I'm working with what I got, alright? So.
Me too. It kind of turned into.
But please don't turn this off, though. I still want you to watch. I do have 10 pretty good films.
Pretty good.
Pretty good films. These are the top 10 most pretty good, kind of, sort of, best films of
2018.
Anyways, I haven't seen your list. You haven't seen my list. I don't know if you have any honorable mentions or not, but I do.
I do. I have a few. I have A Simple Favor, Instant Family, Creed 2, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
All right.
And then Den of Thieves.
Oh, I also have Den of Thieves as an honorable mention. A Quiet Place,
Okay.
Widows, and then Hereditary.
Okay.
All right. So what is your number 10?
My number 10 is Isle of Dogs. Here we go. We've got Wes Anderson making us laugh, clever, wit, got it all in an animation that I'm not really a big fan of, but I thought it was really good. And it's got dogs in it. I mean, does it get better than that?
What?
It's got dogs in it.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, sorry. Let me speak up.
What are you saying? My number 10, and please don't kill me for this, but my number 10 is Black Panther, which came out all the way at the beginning of 2018. But I actually, even though it's my number 10, I really did enjoy this film. I actually appreciated the fact that it was felt more like a Shakespearean family drama than a straightforward superhero film. I love the performances in it. I love the visuals. And it's just a really good entry into the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I agree. My number 9 is A Quiet Place, which we just watched again today. But
that is true.
We've got two actors that are fantastic together, John Krasinski and Emily Blunt, in a rather interesting take on something we've already seen many times.
Kind of, yes.
But I thought that they were able to build a whole lot of tension. Definitely creepy, bringing in the horror with the sci-fi. I rather enjoyed it.
Yeah, and I agree. I mean, even though it wasn't an honorable mention for me, I thought it was one of the creepier films of 2018. I thought John Krasinski did a great job directing and starring in the film. And of course, him and Emily Blunt being married, they work fantastic together. Who would have thought? My number 9 is your number 10, which is Isle of Dogs. And for me personally, I do like Wes Anderson. Some of his films I could do without, but recently I've really enjoyed his work. And this one I thought flew completely under the radar. This movie got no love, but it made me laugh. I thought it was clever. I thought it was witty. It was a lot of fun. And it's just got that Wes Anderson goofy sense of humor, which I love.
Yes,
so.
I agree. My number 8 is Upgrade. Oof. That's another one I feel like is underrated.
Yes.
Yeah, it's people probably don't even know anything about it. I didn't know anything about it. We watched the trailer, then we went and saw it. And it was fantastic. I thought it was very entertaining. I thought it was thrilling, and it had some originality to it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Most definitely. My number 8 is Steven Spielberg's Ode to the 80s, and that is Ready Player One. And for me, this was nothing more than a fun ride from start to finish. I didn't really have any expectations going into the theater with this one. The trailers didn't do anything for me, but then I loved it. I loved everything about it. It was thrilling from start to finish, and I don't know, it just had like that 80s kind of...
Like nostalgia.
Yeah, which, for whatever reason, just hit me in the right spot.
Yeah.
So, I loved it.
My number 7 is Black Panther. Just like you said, you know, it was. It's kind of like a Shakespearean family drama, like you said.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not your typical Marvel movie.
No, it's not. And I thought Chadwick Boseman was fantastic,
Chadwick Boseman.
but Michael B. Jordan steals the show in this movie, and I just think that they cast it beautifully.
You know what? I'm actually going to go out on a limb here, and you guys can correct me. But I think if you remove Michael B. Jordan from that movie, it is not nearly as good as it is.
Ooh.
I'm
That's
sorry.
a very good point. No,
If that offends anybody, I'm sorry. But
I don't think he makes that character. He makes Killmonger.
he makes the majority of the movie.
He makes the majority.
I love you, Chadwick Boseman, but oh my goodness, Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger is something else.
It sure is.
My number 7 is actually one of your honorable mentions, which is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And more than anything, it makes my list because I had no intention of seeing this movie.
No.
I wasn't really intrigued by it. An animated Spider-Man film, I just thought it was going to be just for kids. And I was completely wrong. This movie has heart, it has humor, it has a ton of action, and it is arguably one of the best Spider-Man films. And, oh man, the visuals too. For being an animated film, the visuals are astounding.
They really are. And it was really hard for me to not put this on my list because I was completely caught off guard. It was so good. I would see it again.
Yeah.
In theaters. Right now.
Yes.
All right, my number 6 is Ready Player One. Ready Player One was fantastic, super nostalgia. I love 80s music. I love 80s movies.
Yeah, and when those two things combine like they do in that movie,
and then video games, come on.
it's hard to pass up.
It was on my list for most anticipated movies for 2018, and in that video that we did last year, I was concerned that this movie was either going to be good or really terrible. And I was glad that it was good.
And I think that movie it speaks to a lot of people because, or it speaks to a lot of people our age because of the 80s. So,
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I really like that one.
I really like it too.
Number 6 for me is Upgrade, which you already talked about. Maybe we should actually change the title of this video again to Movies We Didn't See Coming, because here you go, a film that came completely out of nowhere. I thought this was going to be dumb pulp, if I will. That's kind of a weird way to put it. But I did not expect this to be a smart sci-fi action film. Yeah. And it really did catch me off guard. Logan Marshall Green in that movie is phenomenal.
So good.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
He is, and I don't know. To me, it's one of the better made films of the year. It has a surprising amount of emotion to it, and it mixes with the action really well. And I don't know. I loved watching that movie in theaters.
Yes, it was. We should watch it again. My number 5 is First Man. Damien Chazelle, not Bradley Cooper, Ryan Gosling. Sorry, I was getting A Star Is Born confused. But what I really like about this is the heart and soul in this. This isn't your action-packed movie. This isn't car chases. This isn't anything like that. You really get to the nitty-gritty heart and soul of Neil Armstrong and his family and the Apollo 11 and, everything. Apollo 11?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, make sure I got the right thing. And I thought the directing was fantastic and the acting was fantastic. The cinematography, everything just really works. And that's why it's my number
5.
5.
And my number 5 is Mission Impossible Fallout.
Okay.
By all intents and purposes, this franchise should be dead in the water. But somehow this year we've got the best entry in the entire group. I don't know how the heck they pulled that off, but Tom Cruise just keeps getting better. The stakes keep getting higher. And this movie is the best action film of the year. This is like an adrenaline ride. I don't know. It's something that I've never really seen on the screen before. I mean, I think action films like The Raid, I don't know if any of you guys have seen those movies. I consider those to be amazing action films. But this one, just the absolute thrill in this movie, it's out of this world.
And it's got so many components to it to make you just so excited. It's my number 4. And in my opinion, there's not a dull moment in this movie.
No.
And then you throw in the Man of Steel. You've got Superman in here.
Henry Cavill, yeah.
He is fantastic. He's a great addition in here. And then you've got your regulars. I don't know. And then Tom Cruise. Like, why? How are you still doing these things? This is crazy. But I would agree. Out of, most of the ones that I've seen, this is definitely the best one so far.
Oh, yeah. I actually cannot wait for the next installment. And you said that was your number 4?
That's my number 4.
Well, you beat me to my number 4, which is First Man. And I thought that this was another film that was widely overlooked. Damien Chazelle just keeps churning out great work.
So good.
I don't know. I think he's actually one of the better directors coming out of Hollywood. And I know that this movie got knocked around for the execution and for Ryan Gosling's kind of tempered, reserved performance, but I would actually disagree. I think that this movie is exceptional, and I don't know if it's going to get any Oscar buzz or any Oscar nods, but I absolutely love this movie, and I thought that, yeah, like you said, it delivered a lot of heart for a story that we all mostly know. I mean, we know that the Apollo 11 mission succeeded. We know that they did land on the moon, but all the stuff behind the scenes with Neil Armstrong and his family, what he was going through, I don't know. I thought that this movie was, well, one of the best of the year.
I like that.
What's your number 3?
I also like Claire Foy in
Yes.
First Man. She was good. Okay.
Yeah.
My number 3, there's a reason why this is number 3. My number 3 is Avengers Infinity War.
My number 3 is Avengers Infinity War. Yes.
This is going to be incredibly interesting because I think I know what your top 2 is.
Yes.
Okay.
But you knew that this movie was going to be somewhere on this list.
You knew. I mean, the worst part about this movie is the fact that we have to wait for the next movie.
Not too much longer, though.
We're almost there.
We're almost there. But this is the movie that everybody was talking about all year long.
All year long.
I mean, we all kind of wondered what was going to happen when the entire MCU came together. And now we know what happens. You get your butt kicked by Thanos. Mm-hmm. And now we have to wait.
Wait. This is what happens.
That is exactly what happens.
And then you have to wait a year.
No. But no, Thanos to me is one of the biggest, baddest superhero villains to ever grace the screen. I thought that they did a phenomenal job putting this movie together, because seriously, that was my biggest concern, was how are you going to make all these characters work and fit together? They made it work.
They really did, and I'm really glad to see, because you get the humor that you get with Guardians of the Galaxy, and then you get a little bit of that humor that you got in Thor Ragnarok, but then you also get that action that you get from an Avengers movie.
Yeah.
So.
And then it takes a dark turn, and now here we are.
Yeah.
So.
All right. My number 2 is Annihilation.
My number 2 is Annihilation.
Oh no!
Yes. Which means I know what your number 1 is.
Which
You know
means
what my number 1 is. Annihilation. Speaking of mind-blowing films.
Okay.
Because Avengers did blow my mind.
Yes.
And now, this one...
This
please.
is almost in a completely different way. Like, Avengers blew your mind because it was like, boom, everything is happening.
It was huge. Avengers was huge. This
was more like, I have to sit and think about this movie for, what, a week? 2 weeks? I need to go see it again. I need to see it. I need to feel the same thing. Like, this makes you... it's absolutely beautiful.
Yes.
It's also pretty terrifying.
Yes.
And then... I don't know.
Well, I'll start with, in my mind, Alex Garland is 2 for 2 when it comes to directing either films that he's written or, in this case, adapted. I thought Ex Machina was fantastic, and then he absolutely terrified me with this movie. I will probably never forget the first time we saw this in theaters, because this was such a visceral, uncomfortable, and thought-provoking experience. I don't know, this film throws so much at you, and then I just remember leaving the film perplexed and drained, but in a good way.
Yeah. Like, I'm exhausted, but
I'll go do it again.
Let's do it again.
So, and that leads us to number one, which is Bohemian Rhapsody. It has to be Bohemian Rhapsody.
And I was contemplating where I could put this on my list. It was the very first one that I numbered.
Yeah.
Like, done. There was... My confusion was, what's going to be number 2? Like,
Yeah.
I already knew this.
And I don't know. I don't really want to spend too much time gloating over this movie. Just, I don't know. Because really, in all honesty, there's not... And I don't want this to sound bad. There's not a whole lot you can really say about it. We were both anticipating it this year. Bryan Singer did a great job directing this movie. It looks amazing. And Rami Malek.
He's so
Oh my gosh.
fantastic.
I mean, I had my reservations about him playing Freddie Mercury, but then again, I had reservations about anybody who was going to take on such a daunting role, but he pulls it off in such an amazing way. And then just the music, the way that the movie looks, the way that the movie feels, and that's the biggest thing. Sorry, I'm like stealing all this time. I can't remember the last time I had this much fun in a movie theater.
It was like,
I think I said that in our actual review. It's just fun.
It's fun, and it's emotional.
It's an experience.
And even though like the timelines are kind of wrong, and like certain things are, this is
not Mary
quality,
Queen of Scots.
Exactly.
All right.
This
all
is quality filmmaking, because you can do those things, and I'm still going to thoroughly enjoy the movie because you've got so much else going on. Also, it's not 100% nonfiction. This is not a biography. This is a it's slightly fictional movie. Slightly.
I'm leaving.
Don't leave.
No, no. I kind of see what you're saying. We talked about it in our review. This movie could have gone different ways. It could have taken a darker turn with it and explored the drug use and the AIDS and all that stuff. But I'm so glad that they didn't, or at least not to the depth that they could have. Because it is just a fun film, and I feel like sometimes we need more of these kind of movies where it's just fun.
It's fun. It's feel good.
Yeah.
You can sing, you can laugh, you can cry. I'm so sorry.
I'm trying to end this because I know we said that we weren't going to gloat on this film. I also know that we said we were going to try and keep this short, and so for both of those, I apologize. But it is such a good movie, and I actually, now that we've actually talked about our list, at least for me personally, I can live with my list. I can. We did see some good movies this year, even though this year was so up and down. And also, we will be starting new reviews for 2019 real soon. We actually have a review that we're trying to do within this week. So be on the lookout for that. And of course, please leave us your comments and your opinions on any one of these films. You can disagree with us. You can throw your own list down there in the comments, whatever you want to do. But of course, we do appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much. And of course, if you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more of our awesome movie reviews, hit the subscribe button. And as always, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we will see you awesome people next time.